Hello everyone and welcome to Rewired. Last time we took a look at the charging system on this classic Beetle and showed you how to polarize it to work the correct way. Today I'm going to do a little summary video to explain the why that worked. This Beetle uses a Dynamo, this cylindrical device here. This is an older style charging device compared to the more modern alternator. The first part of the Dynamo is the armature, connected through brushes to the ground to the chassis and our output pin. As the shaft turns, any voltage induced in this coil will then be across these two terminals. In many ways, the construction inside of a dynamo is closer to that of a motor than it is the more modern alternator. Here I've got a very simple motor, and as I spin this wheel, this produces an output which can then power a device. The second part is the field coil. Rather than a permanent magnet configuration, the dynamo uses a set of windings to create a controllable secondary outside field for the inner armature to react with. This outside field is controlled by the control box, which on this car is hidden up here. By the control box turning on and off this field, we can change how much power the dynamo generates. So what exactly was the issue, and why did we need to flash it? When your car is not running and this dynamo is not spinning, the control box cuts the connection from this dynamo to the battery. Because if it was still connected, it would essentially try to turn into a motor, and if not drain the battery, it can cause some damage. And until the dynamo is producing enough of a voltage, high enough to charge the battery, that connection will still be disrupted. This causes a small dilemma. We still need this outer field for the dynamo to produce its own power. And this is where flashing comes into play. When this field coil is energized, it produces a small magnetic field. The trick is that even when we take away the power from this, a small amount of residue magnetism will be stored within this ferrous metal. But when it comes to next start our car, there's a strong enough field to get it going. By flashing a dynamo, we're essentially giving it this initial residue charge. Now you may have noticed that technically this circuit is not complete. Well, that's because there's two different ways this might connect. For this car, it's connected to the same output that goes to the battery. We've got this thick, powerful generator coil that goes between the ground and the output of our generator, and then this thinner field coil which is controlled by our control box. In this case, we need to give this field coil a path to ground and then flash this output with battery voltage for the current to go from the battery through the field, energizing this coil the correct way to polarize this internal ferrous metal in the polarity that we wish it to work in.